Good morning, everybody. We're here for Win the Day, and I'm actually going to go live on Instagram. So give me 2 seconds. Press play. Checking connection. Awesome. Good morning. Good morning. We're here for Win the Day every Tuesday and Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So thank you guys for being with me. Today I'm diving into a topic that is definitely important, right? I recently launched a business coaching community. It's going great, but I will tell you that there is something as a business coach that I know I'm looking for every single one of the members of this community to have, so that I know we're all on the right track to build success in our business. So what is that one thing that you have to be sure that you're focused on, that you're looking for, that you're going to get in order to build your business success? So today we're not only going to talk about like what it is, but where you're going to find it. Okay, so definitely stick with me. I will try to keep this short. If you have questions, you can post them. I should be able to see it, and then I can address them at the end. If you're joining me live, hello, welcome, and let me know where you're joining me from. This business page attracts people from all over the world. So we have people joining from the Philippines, Nigeria, all kinds of countries that I see all the time in the analytics of the page. So welcome wherever you are around the globe. I truly appreciate you guys being with me. And for all of you on the podcast is called 100K Challenge Chick. So definitely subscribe and listen wherever you get your podcast. You can find the 100K Challenge Chick. I'm Tanika D'Souza, for any of you who are new to this community, and I am a business coach. My focus is helping you build your business to 100K. When I learned that women were not building businesses to $100,000, especially given that we're often balancing raising kids, our marriages, other obligations to our families, I just could not believe that there was less than 18%, because it's actually drastically much lower at this point, but less than 18% of us were going to hit that mile marker of 100,000. I live in the Washington, D.C. area, so 100K is definitely not going to do it for you in this area. You need more income. So I couldn't imagine that people were spending their time to build a business and still not seeing decent income from that business. And today's topic about that one thing is definitely going to help you to realize like what you need to be doing and putting the things that you already have to use. So let's dive into that. This one thing, right? So my story is instead of building my business, you guys, I spent so much time like buying tools, writing, and being busy, right? I was so busy filling up all these notebooks. Let me show y'all. Blah, 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 blah. And the reason why I can always just reach down and grab notebooks is because I have so many. And I know you do. I know you have the same thing. This is just 4 notebooks or 5. Yeah, 4. But I mean, goodness, they're full. And at least I came up with this tabbing system. Y'all see that? So I buy the tabs and mark the notebook so I can at least find what I wrote at some later date. But the thing is, I wasn't producing that much except notebooks full of writing material, right? This is actually one of the best pages of information I ever wrote. So I keep it out now. But collecting information, writing your ideas, rewriting them, that is not a business, you guys. A business is signified by the ability to create income. You can have a lot of fun. You can follow your passions. You can do all of that stuff. But that doesn't mean that you're in business. That means that you're enjoying your life. You have a great hobby. So I'm talking to the person who really wants to build a business. And what is that one thing that's going to help you move the needle from enjoying and writing in notebooks and talking about your ideas and rewriting your ideas? What is that thing that's going to help you move the needle so that you're actually ready to start building some business income? So let's talk about it. The truth is, there's nothing wrong with buying the tools. There's nothing wrong with writing your ideas. The problem is you don't have an end goal in mind. And for a lot of you, you're going to say, of course, I have an end goal in mind. I want to start my business, right? But to me, the thing that is missing is, why did you buy the tool? Why are you writing these notes? Why are you taking that class? Why did you join the community, even mine? Why did you join that business community? And if you don't understand the objective going in, you're definitely not going to get anything out of it, right? So what you have to do is make sure that you are not just buying for the sake of buying, not just investing in your business or in yourself, but that you understand that the end goal is this one thing. And what is that one thing? That is building your confidence. As a business coach, I can't give you confidence. And the minute that I see that my clients turn from, oh my gosh, how is this going to work, to, okay, let's go, the big difference is the confidence. You have to get to a point where you believe that you can do this. I can't make you believe you can do it. All I can do is give you encouragement, tools, resources, tell you how it's been done, tell you how I've done it, tell you how to get through the obstacles, but you have to find your confidence. So if you are buying tools, if you're joining communities, if you're with me in the 100K society, right, where we're all pushing to hit that $100,000 mark in your business. If you are joining, then the end goal has to be, one, that you're building your own confidence, right? If you bought this tool, if you are using something, if you're in a community, make it first about the fact that you have to have the confidence to know that you are building something that can work. You're investing your time and energy into something that you know you can see through to the end, right? So don't just buy the tool because you listen to a coach and it sounds cool and they made money using it. Is this going to help you feel confident in building your business, right? Not every tool and resource and class is for you, but if what you're going to gain from that is building yourself, then to me, it was absolutely worth it, right? So you have to make sure that your initial goal is building your confidence, whether that's you reading some books about self-development, business development, becoming a better manager if you already have team members, learning your industry, being confident in your industry, building your practical skills. My business that I spent the most time in is my bakery. And I had to build practical skills on decorating cakes. I would say that outside of just being a baker and owning a bakery, what I really did, I was a sugar artist. I literally took those new concepts and turned them into art, into edible art. So I took classes to teach me fondant skills, all kinds of stuff. I mean, this is back in the day, right? So we were still airbrushing and doing all kinds of things like that. So I took classes to learn how to do it. I bought the tools, and then I would bring that back into my shop, train my staff, and I would be able to increase my prices. So at the end of the day, yes, I was absolutely paying for a specific skill. But I needed to build my confidence to do the things that I said I wanted to do in business. When I owned that bakery, literally, I could just make cupcakes if I wanted to. Most people know how to do that in their homes. And as a professional, you could just come up with your own icing style and look, and there you go. There's a bakery. But I really wanted to break into the wedding industry. I wanted to be known for doing those crazy, insane cakes, right? I wanted my clients to sit in front of me, feel really confident, and pay me over $1,000 for a wedding cake. And that's what I did. But I had to build the confidence to do that. You don't just jump out there and offer this country club bride a cake when you have no skills to deliver. Like, not only did I have to have the skills to bake that cake, to create all the design elements, but also to transport it, to make sure that it looked great on site, all of that. So I built over time my confidence in the ability to do that which I said I wanted to do. So that's what I want you guys to do. I want you to start doing. First of all, use all those resources that you already purchased. I know you purchased them, right? Use the resources that you purchased to really start taking the notes on the things that are practically going to help you grow your business. As you start to create a plan and see, this is how this works, this is how I'm getting closer to my goal, your confidence level will rise. You will have the confidence to talk to the right people, to share your ideas where it matters, right? Let me give you a picture of what not having confidence looks like, right? When you are constantly saying, like, I wish this could happen, I'm hoping for this, I dream that my business will be this, you have no confidence to say, this is what I'm creating. And so you hide behind those words like wishing, hoping, dreaming. Nobody is going to follow you on that. They're going to say, oh, that's awesome, good luck. But nobody's asking you about your products and services that you are wishing and hoping about, right? So use your resources to start taking that hope and wish to something that you can confidently offer as a product or a service, right? What I'll say is building your business isn't easy. So I'm not at all just saying one day you're going to wake up and be absolutely confident and go out there, and then in the next 2-3 months, you're going to make $100,000. What I'm saying is you're going to build your confidence, stand on that, and continue to grow and build in your business. Okay? What I don't want you to do is collect tools, network in spaces that you're not going to ever meet your potential client, and not really build your business, right? When you start having that confidence, you start doing the things that are necessary to build. When I first started in business, the bakery, even in this coaching, I would get so nervous about stuff, right? So I know what it looks like when you're not full of confidence, because you're full of like being nervous, being anxious, I'm not sure. Like, those are the things that people say. So I used to be really nervous. I knew I could do it, right? But it wasn't until I was confident about what I was doing that I actually was able to use and utilize all these resources that I was collecting, right? When you're just collecting the resource, you can't expect it to do anything for you until you decide, this is going to work for me. I'm going to apply it. I'm going to use it. Excuse me. I'm going to do something with this, right? Until then, what I see people do is, like I said, write down their ideas. They're sharing them with people that's not their potential clients. So this is what that looks like. When you come up with a business idea and you just go to your family barbecue, everybody's hanging out, and you tell a couple people in your family about your new business, and none of them decide to buy from you. So you could say something as simple as like, I'm building soaps that really help, detox the skin, blah, blah, blah. So you think that anybody who hears about this idea is going to buy. But you never knew your family members to care about detoxing skin. They don't even know what you're talking about for real. And you use that and go home that day and feel defeated because you shared it with 4 people who were not at all on the radar for looking for cleansing soaps, and you feel discouraged. 4 random people that you didn't prime, that aren't your target audience, because you don't even know who your target audience is, and you get discouraged behind that, right? So what the confidence does is, if you join my business coaching community and you say, okay, I have the soap, this is what I'm going to do. And we say, perfect. Here's how you should start talking about this on social media. Here's some different tools and tips you can use. And you go out and actually learn how to properly do this. Then you'll be happy to share it on your social media pages. Start joining groups where you're with other business owners, but ultimately start talking to people who are looking to detox their skin and informing them about what they can do, about the benefits of your product and how they can actually buy it. The other thing that happened in the barbecue scenario is when you share your ideas with people and there's no way for them to buy it, for them to check out, they're not going to. They're not going to beat down your door and chase you around to buy something from you. So those conversations were never going to end in a sale, most likely. But you hold on to that, nobody's really interested. Nobody asked me questions. Well, it was a random conversation at the barbecue, or it was a random conversation at the grocery store, or you built up the nerve to speak to somebody, especially the soap person, while you were in the aisle at Walmart. She didn't come there to place an order. She came there to buy immediately right now. You can inform her of why things on the shelf aren't the best, but ultimately you weren't even poised at that moment to make a sale. So what am I saying here? You have to do what it takes for you to feel confident and for you to be bold enough to approach your ideal client. So you have to build that confidence, be bold enough to approach your ideal client, be bold enough to build the tools and resources that they need from you, and to be bold enough to continue delivering that message, meeting the needs of your clients, and building your business properly. This notebook that you're writing in, those random conversations that you're having, you always using the words possibly and maybe and I'm wishing for this and I'm hoping for this, that's you not being confident. When you do get around your ideal client and you're clamming up, that is a sure sign that you are still on the timid side and you have not yet reached the confidence. So where are you going to find this confidence? Excuse me. Where are you going to find it? First, you have to decide, I'm going to make this business work. That's the first thing, right? 2, you're going to look at the resources that you already started to gather. And instead of just saying, I've collected resources, I've bought classes, I'm in Tanika's business coaching community, I want you to start having an end goal in mind. I am in this community because as I built my business, I'm going to ask the questions, I'm going to set my goals, I'm going to speak up about what I need, and I'm going to build and get this done. I bought this tool because it's going to teach me or give me a good blueprint of how I should build my fill in the blank for your industry. So go back to the resources that you have and give it an objective. You didn't just buy that course because the cover was cool and the price was good. Maybe you did, but now it's time to figure out, how is this going to actually help me? Okay, just buying the tool Just purchasing the community does not give you the confidence. You have to use the resources. So I've mentioned my community. It's called the 100K Society. You can go to 100ksociety.com. We're primarily an accountability group. However, the community is full of resources to help you say, I have this idea. Here are the resources and tools that I'm going to use so that I can actually see it through. The other thing about the accountability group that's awesome is when you say, I'm building this, here's my next step. You have a coach, you have a community around you to say, well, you skipped something. Well, what about this? Have you thought of it this way? Or, yeah, absolutely, go for it. Go 10 times in, right? You're on the right path. So that way you're not guessing, you're not staying stuck. You have a whole community, a business coach, and a system that is supporting you to get things done. So obviously, I'm going to encourage you to join my community. But what I want you to do is be on search, be in a place of searching and finding your confidence, right? If it takes a community, if it takes a coach, if it takes the resources I have, then the 100K Society is open. It's available. You can enroll. You can join us on Monday. We meet on Mondays. But if you already have tools and you're figuring out what to do, use your resources. Use the resources and use them with the end goal that I am putting together a strategy to get things done. I did a reel the other day. I want you guys to go back and watch it. I thought it was hysterical, but I'm so corny and sarcastic, right? But it had that noise like, oh, right? And I wrote in there, when someone tells me that they're launching their idea, but they put no strategy in place. And a lot of you do that. You write your ideas down and you just jump out there. Well, did you think about the pain points that you're solving, how you're letting people know what you're solving? Did you put any strategy behind it? And that's what I want you to get from these tools and resources and everything else, that this business idea backed by this strategy is absolutely going to lead me to the business success that I desire. So that's what we do in my community. That's what I want all of you to be doing in your life, in your business building, is confidently stepping out there to do what it is you said you want to do. Okay? It's not enough for you to write it in the book. It's not enough for you to buy the class. You have to use it. You have to have strategy, and you have to say, here's this great idea. What can I put behind it to support it so it can grow and be successful, and then put it out there and get the success that I desire to have? So I'm excited for you guys. I want to hear about things that you've done to really help build your confidence. I know for me early on, it was a lot of reading books. Time management was big for me. And then really understanding my craft. So as I was a baker, I understood baking. Then I learned how to make cakes. Then I learned how to make elaborate cakes. Then I invested in learning the skills to be a sugar artist. So what is that for you? And at the foundation of it all, I would love for you to have a community to support you and a business coach to support you, to even point you in the right direction so that you can continue to grow as an entrepreneur. Nurturing that side of you and your ability to, I guess the business coaching, the biggest thing that I offer you is the ability to kind of see the bigger picture of where you're trying to go. I ask you the right questions. I keep you in line. I make sure that you're staying focused on your goals, right? And I have a lot of experience. So I can say, yes, this is how I hire virtual assistants. Yes, this is how I've used Fiverr. This is the tools I've used. I've coached clients who did this, and really help you move without making so many guesses and mistakes that can be really costly. So the 100ksociety.com is where you want to go. Join us. I'm currently taking founding members. That means that you're still at the beginning of this community. You're still going to be growing with this community from the beginning, because some people just don't love joining something that's been in existence for ever and ever, because then they feel like they're outside of the culture. Well, the culture is coming together right now, and that could include you. So I'm excited for all my current students. For any of you guys listening, make sure that you're filling in your weekly trackers. And our challenge for July involves us really taking inventory of what we did over the last 6 months, what worked for us. And then in another day or so, we're changing that to focus on the things that we're still going to build for 2021, so that we can end this year strong. We're at the halfway point, you guys. So now is when you evaluate, I said I was going to get this done. What have I done that actually helped me move the needle? And what can I do for these last 6 months that's really going to make a difference for me in my business? So I'm excited. Thank you guys for joining me this morning for Win the Day. You can catch me live Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm live on Facebook all the time. Today, I'm also live on Instagram. So welcome and thank you for joining me. And the podcast, you can always find 100K Challenge Chick is the podcast name. You guys have a great day. And I will check for these comments. Let me know what you guys are working on and how you are going to build your confidence. Okay, let's build these businesses. You got this. You're absolutely capable. And I want to see you in the 100K Society. So check out the page, join us, and I'll see you guys on Monday in the 100K Society. Talk soon. Bye. Bye, Instagram. Oh, sorry. I forgot. Okay. What were we saying? Let me go. Sorry, videographer. I forgot to end this. Okay. YouTube title thing. Building a business is not simple, but I want you, nope, sorry. Okay, here we go. Building a business is not easy, but I do need you to believe that you can do it and figure out how you're going to get this done. So today we're talking about the one thing that really does separate the people who are thinking about building their business and those who are actually doing it. It's really like one thing. And as a business coach, this is what I push people to, because I know once they get to this place, they can build whatever they want. They start to really come alive. They start to really build. And the thing that goes away is all the timidity, all the shyness about building their business, right? So what is that one thing that I'm talking about, and where can you find it. Join me for this podcast. You don't want to miss this. All right, I'm going to give you a different angle because I don't know why I'm looking up like that. Last time. Okay. Building a business is not easy. However, you have to believe that you can do it and start building it the way that you... Okay, sorry. All right, we're just going to stick to the last one. I'm sorry. I'm just not having a good time right now. All right, thanks.